Daisy chain is a great little stitch for beginning beaders. You almost always have everything you need on hand because all it requires is some seed beads. There are two different methods for doing daisy chain. One is with a single bead joint, and the other is with a double bead joint. We're going to do this with two different colors. We'll use a different color for the center bead just for the sake of clarity. You can do it all in one color if you want to, or you can actually use different types of beads in the center, such as crystals or pearls or fire polish. To start, you want to pick up 8 beads, and then you're going to run through them twice to form a ring. You need that for security. You'll come out of the same bead that you started with. Your starting bead is at 9 o'clock. Run through that bead, pick up another bead. That bead will be the center of the daisy, and then run through the 3 o'clock bead in the opposite direction. Now pick up another bead, loop back through the 3 o'clock bead and the bead you just picked up. Pick up 7 beads, loop back through the bead linked to the 3 o'clock bead. Pick up another bead. Now run through the 3 o'clock bead in the new loop in the opposite direction. Pick up a new bead and link that to the new 3 o'clock bead. Now you're going to continue in this manner every time you add a loop. You'll pick up 7 beads, loop back through the bead linked to the previous 3 o'clock bead, pick up a bead in the center, run through the new 3 o'clock bead, and then add the linked bead before you create your new loop. In the double joint daisy chain, you're using basically the same technique. You'll start with a loop of 8 beads, and then add a bead in the center. But when you form your link, you'll pick up 2 beads and run back through 2 beads. So it's not exactly the 3 o'clock position, it's really sort of flanking the 3 o'clock position. In any case, you'll make this double joint, and then pick up 6 beads, so that when you link back through, you do have a total of 8 again. We've already talked about how you can add crystals or pearls or other center beads that are a little bit different. Now let's talk about how you can close your bracelet. You can put a loop on one end and use a button or a pearl or some other larger bead that will be caught in the loop, or you can actually add a clasp. Now if you're going to add a clasp, you want to remember that it's a good idea to use smaller beads so your loop will be a little bit smaller than your bracelet. Additionally, you want to make sure that you use beads on top of your thread so that you don't have thread running directly onto the metal clasp. So you want to make several passes through your loop of beads to secure it to the clasp. And that's daisy chain. A lot of fun.